In 30 seconds, I'm going to show you why I'm the best closer in my niche. Just some background on this sales call. This is an old client of ours. They churned due to the fact they had issues with their card. We went back and forth maybe 4 or 5 calls, all over 30 minutes long. So you might see that I'm a little bit aggressive in this call in terms of trying to close them and get them going, because things have kind of picked up and we're able to fix things now, whereas we weren't able to do it in the past. So you might see I'm a little bit more animated and emotional. However, I got the job done. I closed them. I got them on basically an offer which is $1,500 a month, where they pay $750 at the beginning and $750 at the end. Stay tuned. I think this is one of my better ones. Enjoy. And just before you leave, you can probably tell that I basically give like a full-blown sales training in this call too. Check that out. Enjoy.
What's going on? Are you guys cold enough?
Cold as in London where I'm at, or just in cold as in
Cold weather.
I mean, what's actually the temperature? It's not too bad. I actually put a jacket on yesterday and I was sweating, so it's not cold enough. It's like a false winter.
Cold winter.
We got new trainees coming in, so this screen is being recorded so people can actually see and understand like a little bit of a conversation. But just the agenda of the call, I think this has been pushed forward quite a lot, and we've already taken on like 2 or 3 more clinics, and we've gathered a lot of results for our last clinic. So I can kind of give you a little bit more of an idea and number to the investment that you guys are going to put in and the return you're going to get. Now, we did a lot of extensive research around your area, and I do have a couple of meetings with not neighboring clinics, but in Boca, Miami, and we're just starting up in Orlando with a clinic very soon. So it's a case of what's working in that area will probably work for your area too. Just to kind of give you an idea, what do you guys want, moving forward? Because in as short as you can kind of tell me, is it a case of you want to expand a singular thing or have everything grow at once? Because we pretty much strictly pushed body contouring, Morpheus 8, maybe laser genesis, but just strictly kind of like body contouring and cavitation, Morpheus 8, laser, and laser genesis. Those have been the 3 or 4 things that we've just pushed at the beginning for the first 3 months at least with a clinic, just to kind of get that revenue generated so you have people in the door. Is that something that you can kind of have or are willing to kind of do? Because that's where we know we can make you money, just off the results I'm going to show you in a few.
Right. I think we were just going to try to concentrate on Morpheus 8, just like the
In the laser.
and the laser. I mean, laser is not a big revenue generator, and it's highly competitive in our area.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think we had, the most success, I guess, with the Morpheus 8, and but we need to really focus on laser hair removal, because that's our main business. We're not advertising on Groupon. We need to get a presence out there. So I don't know if that's a lost leader to do the laser hair removal. Do you have anything to add? Is that?
No, I want to do 2: the laser hair removal and Morpheus 8.
Okay.
I want to get those rooms going.
Right. And that's the thing. Like everything sounds good, but the last conversation we had was.
Of course, yeah. No problem. That's understandable. Let's kind of just talk about moving forward. So, I think devising a plan with Morpheus 8 for at least until January 1st might be on our best agenda, and then doubling up on running ads for Morpheus 8 as well as advertising for laser. What's the kind of patient pathway that you're seeing right now, or just client pathway for those laser clients, or are you not seeing anyone at all?
Well, we're not advertising at all.
But are people not coming in like walk-ins, perhaps word of mouth, even just like brisking on social media or Google?
Pretty much.
Okay.
No.
Organic search.
Yeah. And word of mouth.
And word of mouth right now.
Okay. And I think we can kind of start realistically. We're going to just start with the Morpheus 8 for at least, let's just say things start up on, let's just assume 1st of November, is when like people start coming in. Let's just assume we do a 2-month campaign for Morpheus 8. And then from January 1st, we can talk about the laser as well. So let's just strictly focus on that. we've just worked with a client now well, we have 3 places in LA. One of them does Morpheus 8, and we're already kind of generating a lot of return. And I'd love to kind of show you some results just for a particular clinic. Now, they do Morpheus 8, they do cavitation. We handle all their patient pathway. They don't really, I'll just share my screen and show you the kind of numbers that they were seeing with us or without us, and then moving forward. 1,817, we've generated a total of 350 leads, which sits at $5.19 a lead. So realistically, every single $5 you spend on your ads, the ones that we run for you, you'll get at least 1 lead. Meaning, you can get 5 leads a day if you're doing 25. And realistically, if you're spending $1,000, you're going to make 10 grand with us over the course of 30 days, realistically. So those are the kind of results I've shown you with one clinic. There's other clinics. Now, I can't give you like just pure, because they've been with us one of the longest with the group we're with now. Of course, we have Canadian clients and UK clients that I can show you numbers, but just specifically for your particular type of account, I wanted to show you someone who we've actually gotten very similar results in similar clinic and similar type treatments. So realistically, we have seven people working with us now, clients, and we can only really take 3 more on. We're 11 people strong now. We have the capacity to take on 3 more people. A contract on our end has just been out to another place in San Diego. So realistically, we only have a spot for 2 more people. And, we want to kind of get things going with you guys. Now, the offer that I had in the past isn't actually what I'm able to move forward with, because it needs to be a case that if we were to move forward, just before I even talk about moving forward, is this something, these results are a little bit more, tangible for yourself, because more than likely we can make you $6,000 bare minimum a month or I should say from 30 days from starting to end, you can make $6,000 minimum with us. Realistically, you can make, 18 grand at bare minimum over the course of 3 months. And is that something that's a little bit more tasteful to you?
I mean, yes, we like to see the results. I'd like to see higher multiples than that. I'm looking at this. I think over a 3-month period that you made about 20 grand total, right?
No. In 60 days. In 60 days. In 60 days. 63 days to be specific. We've made 20 grand.
60 days.
But over the course of 3 months, 20 grand is a lot. So when you say that's like a low multiple, for starting out for the first 3 months with us, 20 grand is a ridiculous figure that they never would have expected to make if they didn't work with us. 20 grand is way worse than breaking even. So when you say that's quite low, I'm not too,
How many is that a month?
20 grand over,
How many did they book a month?
How many did we book a month? We booked so far. Realistically, if you're it's all about ad spend. If you have an ad spend of over $1,000 over the course of a month, you can book in 1 person a day easily.
How many patients did they do to generate the
20 grand over
60
days?
In 60 days.
And did you do the booking or did they do the booking?
We did all their booking since August 10th, or I should say, I think the first person that actually came in was like August 15th, August 17th. We've done every single person that's come in.
They booked them?
Realistically,
Tariq booked them. My question is, how many patients did they do to achieve that 20,000 for the 60 days?
How many sales to hit that 20,000?
Let me go on my back end system, and then I'll give you exactly the figure that they had to upsell to make that number happen. So we booked in, just bear with me. Okay, so we booked in so far, because obviously there's people from the future that haven't come in. We've booked in 72 people.
No. The people that you booked, how many people did you book for her to make that 20 grand?
Let me get that figure.
17.
Is that what you said, Tariq? 17?
72.
Oh, 72.
72. So
how
let me
many
just
treatments did they actually do to get that 20 grand? That's what I want.
Actually, how many came in and actually?
I want to do the math here.
Okay, so
because they did.
Hold on, okay, so 19 in August, 19 in August, 34 in September, and 19 so far in October.
How many is that?
17, 34, 19, September, October.
Is that single treatment or a series of 3?
So we've booked in 19, 17, and 34. We've booked in 19, 17, 34. I can't give you an exact number of how many showed up, and I can't give you an exact number of how many people got upsold. I can go all the way and get all that information. All I know
So
is
we don't know how many treatments they've done to make that.
Hold on.
Right.
Out
They
of
just
the
got,
100,
they got the points.
all that matters is that they made money because of us. Okay. Out of the 350,
Out of the
350 leads, hold on, Vita, hold on. I really need to say my piece because this has to be the end of either we're going to come to a decision or we're going to go with a competitor. 350 leads. We've booked in 73 of those people. Okay. Now, out of the 350. Now, did 73 show up? No. Did the people who show up get all upsold into a higher package? No. But over the course of that month, 20 grand has been made. Over the course of those 63 days, 20 grand has been made. And that's the only figure we kind of need to
Tariq, my question is, what are you advertising for them? One treatment?
We're advertising one singular treatment where they're in a position to be upsold.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's up to them to actually make them understand that they need 3.
100%. I mean, it's all you guys are professionals. You'll know as soon as someone comes in whether or not they.
And what is the special? What is the special that you're running for her? What are you running?
We're running a cavitation. A cavitation, radio frequency, and wood therapy for $125. Just an initial session, and then they get upsold into something larger. And typically, you know, her upsell.
And the Morpheus?
The Morpheus, we're actually only starting now. So, you know, we'll have some tangible results with that as well.
Oh, that wasn't even on the Morpheus. That was actual cavitation.
We're running, so I can show you some results for another place in South, which is in Long Beach, but we've only just started over the course of 2 weeks. We've only booked in 2 people with Morpheus, but we booked in 7 people with Morpheus, but 2 have been upsold into a package of over 1,500 and more. So I can't give you tangible results.
Okay.
Results on
now
Morpheus.
I think last time we spoke, you're setting up things differently. You can't, like, you want 1,500 up front, right?
Well, you know what? Just because of this conversation, you know, the duration of thing, there needs to be some money down on your end. Doesn't have to be the whole 1,500. But I would say, let's just assume your card works. Let's just assume you run the ads on your end and you have that card. We would need at least 50% upfront payment moving forward. So 750 for the first month, and then we kind of talk about a larger, you know, agreement for 3-4 months, and then, you know, higher ad spend.
$750. Where is the $750 going?
It's going to our staff members that are calling your leads. It's going to our team. It's going to the ads for the career. Yeah, it's a lot of things.
And then you want another $750 for the leads.
It's a $1,500 investment over the course of a month. We normally take that all up front.
Over the course of what?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's the sound. It's really bad.
Over a period of a month. So
every single month we charge a retainer model for $1,500. Normally it's $2 grand, but I'm willing to go down for $1,500 just to get this going right now. And I'm even more than happy.
But there's no guarantees on the leads. You're not guaranteeing leads.
There's a 100% guarantee that we can. We've been doing this for 14 months. We know how to do that. Okay, I can assure you that you guys can get leads. I can assure you can book people in, and the guarantee is if we don't make you $6 grand in 30 days.
How many leads are you guaranteeing?
Hold on, Peter. Let him talk.
Why are we worrying about leads? All we need to worry about is revenue generated. We can get you leads over a course of a month, regardless of the ad spend. Okay. If you put $5 down, you'll get 1 lead a day. If you put $25 down a day, you'll get 5 leads a day. Realistically, just off of our metrics, over the course of the 14 months that we've done it, with the 25 plus clinics we've worked with the thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on ad spend that we've invested, you're going to get $5 leads. At most, by the way, you can, you know, there's a place that we work with in Philadelphia that has 3 $2 leads. So you'll know straight away when you see on your ad manager if there's leads coming in or not, and then we're going to book them in for you guys. And our guarantee is we work for free until we make you $6 grand.
I don't know. I mean,
200. He said 200 leads.
Yeah, probably.
In the course of what?
3 months. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out a way to work this out. So,
it was 350 leads in 63 days so far with that other clinic.
350.
But I don't know what we're worried about. So, what we need to worry about is we're going to generate you leads. If you put down $750 of ad spend, divide that by 5, that's how many leads you're going to get in. That's going to be 125 leads. Realistically, you'll get 125 leads over the course of a month, 30 days. If you're putting $750 in. Out of those 125 leads, we might book in 20%. So we might book in 20 people, 10 or 8, 17, 18 people show up. You upsell maybe 6 or 7 of those into a package over $1,000. There's your 6 grand. There's your 10 grand. Simple like that. That's realistically what's going to happen. Our ads work. We've been doing it for 14 months. We have appointment setters. We're trained in Vagara. We're trained in Booksy. We're trained in Square. We're trained in pretty much any booking software that you got. If you put this investment in, you're going to make more than 6 grand. The guarantee is not leads, not bookings. The guarantee is if we don't make you at least 6 grand over the course of the 30 days from when the ads begin, we work for you for free until that 6 grand margin has been hit.
But what I'm saying is, what I guess it's not making sense to me, because he's saying I'm going to make $6,000. But what if he sells 20 Morpheus and I'm only making $26,000? We made the mark, but I had to sell 20 of them. They sold 20 of them for like $300 each.
But that's not on us. Once they step foot in your door, it's all about how you guys upsell. I'm actually.
So he's just doing revenue.
Hold on, let me just kind of add on what we do for you as well, because it's not just Facebook advertising, it's not just the booking, it's not the appointment setting. I actually provide, if you feel like it's necessary for you, I provide sales training for every single client, and a lot of them do jump on the Zoom call every single week.
I'm not doubting what you're saying, but I'm scared that these people are going to come in and they think they're going to get a Morpheus done for $200.
No, they're going to get
That's not what you guys are saying.
They're going to get a singular session for whatever price it may be, and they're going to be in a position to be upsold by you guys.
You know, the people that are going to come in for the 550, odds are they're never coming back. You know,
That's business though. That's the risk, you guys. I say this to all my clients in my sales calls. That's business.
It's going to give me problems. That's like what I'll do.
Guys, this is the risk you got to take. This is the risk you got to take to get those white knights. I know for a fact you might get 50% of shitty clients, and then 50% of clients. You got to take the good with the bad. It's not.
Yeah, I know. But when you discount that much,
you're a discount store. Yeah, you become a discount store.
Yeah, you really do. I mean,
you become Walmart.
You just said without anything else. But the thing is, it's all about getting that trust. It's about giving that client.
I get what you're saying. So we can do. I tell you what.
Let's say $599. Let's say $600. Okay, I don't even care about the price. I know we can get people in the door for $800, but it will be a lot lower. You know.
You can do $800, but I won't do the cavitation. And then I'll upsell them on the cavitation. That's what's going to happen. Exactly.
But what I'm trying to say is not worrying about the price. I'm not like, let's just pretend I'm not even pretending. We can book someone in for 500. We can book someone in for 1,000. We can book someone in for 2,000. I've done it all. Okay. But hear me out, guys. There's a lot more money that you're leaving on the table if you just have it at a certain price that's high, because you might get some people that come in that pay for like a $599 session for Morpheus with no other gizmos beside with it, body contouring, no radio free. They just come in for $600.
Okay, fine. That's all they're gonna get. They're gonna get a quick.
But the thing is,
500 pulse in the face. Bye bye.
You might get 15 people come in, and then 7 of those get upsold into a package that is $2 grand or more.
But this is the problem, that they're gonna go someplace else. They're gonna say, "Oh, it didn't work for me."
That's what you got. That's why you got it. I know for a fact that you guys know what you're doing when it comes to the treatments. Okay.
Absolutely. I have it down. I have the Morpheus down packed.
Then there you go.
Then makes the Morpheus.
Nobody's going to say that. If you say you got a good upsell rate, like you said, then nobody's going to say it didn't work for them. They're going to come in for that package.
But if they pay $550, all they're getting is
no problem. No problem. That's why you really need to plant that. That's why you really got to plant this. And the thing is, I think $599, $550.
No, I can do it for $550, face no neck.
I mean, $599, I think is a sweeter spot, honestly.
But whatever, $550, $590, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to argue over $50.
I understand.
But they're not going to get face and neck. They're just going to get one area.
Right.
Are you there?
Yeah.
I'll just have to upsell them and let them know what actually works.
It really, you're going to get people in the door. They're going to buy.
Okay, fine. Let's discount it.
It's not about discount. It's getting them in. It's getting. trust me, I've called over 5,000 leads. You know, I've spoke to so many people. They're not thinking about a discount. They're thinking about getting something for free. They're almost getting something like, oh, I'm given something, you know, I'm being given something so cheap that I have to at least see what this is. And then they're just, I know I have a client in LA. Someone walks in the door, she's upselling them no matter what, you know, and I know you guys might do that too. And that's what I want you guys, like, being in a situation. No matter what price they come in for initially, they're being upsold. You know, I know this person is valued at $2,000 in my eyes because they stepped in the door, and they're going to be upsold and they're going to pay $2,000 without any issues. That's the mindset. It's not about that quick initial win when they walk in the door, because someone might come in for $550 or $599, and then, you know, 3 months later they're like, oh shit, let me go back. I'm not saying this happens, but I'm just saying you never know with a patient or a client that comes in and pays at such a low price that you might get them again. You might just, you know, retain them just by having it such a good session for such a low price. And then you tell them the numbers, and then you say, okay, let me come back. And that's like a rare chance. Like, that's a rare occasion. Most of the time you upsell them right there and then. Realistically, you want to get as many people in the door as possible. Not saying you have to discount everything, not saying you have to lower the prices, but the more people you get in, the higher chance you have of upselling more people. You know, it's a volume game at the beginning. It's not about getting people in and quality. You need the quantity before you kind of get that quantity. You know, you need that quantity before you kind of get a quality clientele. And we know how to do that. It's all about getting as many people in the door as possible at the beginning. And if that means running Morpheus 8,
we're getting quantity but no quality. As a matter of fact, as soon as we stopped the Groupon, they all went away.
But you don't want Groupon. Look, these people are looking on Groupon for a reason. They're looking for a deal. Most of these leads that come through on Facebook or Instagram, they're not aware. They weren't even in the thought process of, oh, I need this. It's their algorithm on their phone looking on an ad, and they click it, and boom, we got a $5 lead. Boom, another lead comes in. Call them in. Most of these guys that come in through Facebook or Instagram, they're not bargain hunters because they're not actively searching. People who go on Groupon, people who ask for discounts, those are the people you want to watch out for. But Facebook paid traffic is completely different. I can assure you that. Like all those, you know, Groupon, I mean, that's really the main one, if I'm being honest. Those are the bargain hunters, and those are the people that will look for discounts. Paid traffic, you know, a lot lower chance of those kind of patients coming in. You might get a few, but again, you'll get a few people that you upsell $2,000. So it's you know, you got to take the good with the bad, and the good comes when the bad comes. So it's all about, you know, how much ads. If you realistically, you know, we're about to spend $5,000 on ad spend with a client, and we want that for you guys. If you're spending $5,000 a month just on ad spend, you're going to get one person in for Morpheus 8. Sorry, you're going to get 3 or 4 people in for Morpheus 8, and you're going to upsell one person every single day into a package of $2-3 grand. You know what I mean? So those are the kind of numbers you kind of like gauge, and 6 months down the line, that's the kind of conversation I want to be having.
Right. So let me ask you a question here. All right.
Go for it.
Since we're doing this monthly trial thing, okay, I happen to think $1,500 is a little reach for us. You know,
we go lower, unfortunately. I know I do want to hear you out, but that's already lower than what we charge. Like, I was ready to say $2,000, but $750, and then $750 at the end is the figure that we kind of need to, you know, agree on. If not, you know, I can't go. I have to hold my ground with that one. Especially the fact that we're taking only $750 at the beginning and not $1,500 all in one go. Because then there's a financial sting as well on both ends. You know, we're not getting the upfront fee, but you guys are putting down some money that, you know, that you're invested to make this work, and we are too. And I can't budge on that. But $6,000 is bare minimum. Like, we could have this conversation. We made you $12,000 in 30 days, you know? And then if we don't, we say we're working for free until that money is made. And that's not going to happen.
$6,000.
$6,000.
$6,000 return on 2250, which is 2 point, you know, 2. 2.5x.
But the thing is, you got look. I appreciate you're looking at it in those kind of terms, but there's a lot more to it that you know than that. Where you're getting not just, you know, we go above and beyond patient acquisition and revenue generated. We are creating impressions for you with your ad. You know, a lot more people are now aware of who you are and where you are. You're going to get a lot more, you know, feedback. You're going to get reviews. Your Google SEO is just going to increase as you get more traffic. Not only that, you have now lifetime clients for the ones that you know upsell. So let's just say you upsell 3 or 4. Let's just say eight grand is made. You upsell 3, 4 people. Let's just say 4 people, 8 grand is made. Those people aren't just going to come in for that 1 session or 2 sessions or 3 sessions and then fuck off. They're going to come in 6 months later for something else because they had such a good experience with you last time. So you're not just paying for that initial, you know, chunk of change on that month of those 30 days. There's a lot more that you're getting with that over the, you know, long term. And you're making not only a 2.6x return in the first 30 days. So, you know, it really is a short-term win as well as a long-term investment. Because realistically, when you have the capacity to advertise at $5,000 a month, you know, you're going to understand, okay, I only made 10 grand, or so never going to happen. I only made 25 grand this month, but I put down $5,000 ad spend. But boom, my next month was 100 grand because of, you know, the backlog of generated and expressed interest from that last month. So that's how we look at it. It's not just a marginal 30 days. That's how you look at it. And I appreciate you doing that because obviously money could be tight. That's what you need right now, but it is a long-term investment as well. So we want to make you money too.
All right. So let me ask you a question. What happened to all these? I mean, whatever, how many leads you get, say we get 10 bookings, we do 5 grand, 10 grand. Okay, great.
Yep.
What happens to all those other leads? What do you do with those leads? You still dripping on them, or can we have access to those, or like,
have access to those? But the thing is, if let's just say we make you 10 grand and we have 200 leads, 10 of them showed up or whatever. Let's just say 100 leads, like that haven't come in yet. Let's just say we're moving forward. We cultivate those leads and we run rejuvenation campaigns. So 3 months down the line, people that said they're not really interested, or hey, this is something that I don't really want to move forward with now. We work on those guys gradually over like every quarter, you know, every 3 months, we send out a campaign and you can get 3 or 4 quick wins on the board right there and then. You guys can have access to them, but again, realistically, if 3-4 months down the line, if we're still working together, you'll want us reaching out to those guys, not you guys, because you don't want to have that extra workload and you can trust us to make sure that some of them come in. So yes, you have access to them. Realistically, 3 months down the line, they get re-engaged into another campaign for another type of treatment, laser perhaps, or whatever it may be. And that builds up, you know, so you might have like 500-600 leads by the time you have that, you know, rejuvenation campaign. So you can really get a lot of, you know, quick wins with that.
Right, I understand. So say in 3 months, we're like, okay, it's not working that well. We want to go our separate way.
Yeah, you can have access to our database and you take every single lead. It's pretty easy. It's just download into a CSV and we give you every single name, every single number, every single email.
Yeah, I just want to make sure if we go ahead with this, I want to be able to access those leads. You know?
You have access to them and we will give you access to them. Those are your leads. You know, they're your ads. You paid for them. We don't really care what you do with them if we go separate ways.
Right.
Well, I don't think we should be having that conversation. I do want to make this relationship.
I've gone down this road with marketing guys, and listen, no, you're right. We shouldn't be having this.
But the thing is, I'm not like, I think, you know, I'm not just a marketing guy. Like, I think, you know, we have solutions to the problems that you have and that we can go above and beyond the situation that is arisen right now and fix it, or help fix it at least.
So when you get the leads from Facebook or social media, Instagram, where did they go?
Well, that's a bit technical.
Because
it's not really, it's not, you know, do you want to know? It comes through our software, which is Go High Level. And then they get blasted.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, they come into his software. He has them in the database, but we don't have access to the database. But that is what it is. But he said he'll give us access to the database. So you have all the leads that we have so far, right? And anything going forward.
We actually deleted your account because we thought you weren't moving forward. So I think I have them in a CSV file. It's not many because those ads were never consistently running. Let me just double check. I can actually check right now. Dashboard, launchpad. Okay, 70 leads. Okay, we have 70 leads. Now, you know, let's just build up. Let's just worry about the next. The thing is, 70 leads from what, like 2 months ago. We'll build up over the next 30 days, and then after that, if hopefully things go well, another 30 days, those 70 leads will be re-engaged with another campaign for perhaps, you know, Botox or laser, or whatever it may be.
Right.
Okay, so you gotta make a decision.
Oh, she's pushing this off on me, Tariq.
No, can we talk about it?
Go for it. I think I
wanna
think
talk
I
about
know
it?
your answer.
She's going to the bathroom.
Got you. What I'll do is I'll devise up a contract right now because I think we can kind of get things going right now. That if I send everything over, we can sign it on this call, and then we can get those ads running in 48 hours. I think we should do this on the call because I have a meeting. If this doesn't go ahead with not a competitor of yours, but someone in your area, and if they agree and they agree on the spot, I have to go ahead with them. It really is a first come, first serve basis, and it's not a hard sell. You know this because it's been dragged on for a long time. I really need to kind of get an answer by tonight for you guys or as early as today. I'm not too sure. Is it something that it sounds like something you want to move ahead with anyways?
No. It's something that we need to do. It's not something that I want to do. But well, it has to be, I have to feel good about it. I think Vita has to feel good about it. I think we want to talk about it. I had a little issue with the price. You can't do anything with it. You know, and then the return. I mean, obviously, I would have no money putting money into something if I'm getting a good return, right?
Of course.
If the math works, great. But obviously, I would have to read the contract.
Of course.
You know, before I sign it. So I can't say I'm going to sign it right here and then while I'm on the phone with you. But put it this way, our decision is going to be made today. You know.
So, want me to put it in your name or Vita's name?
You put it in Vita's name.
Okay, bear with me 1 second because I can get you guys to read it now because it's only 1 page or 2 pages.
I don't know how you survive in here.
Any questions I'd love to answer right now, like in terms of what you want to think about, or because it says you say it's something that you need to do, but I want to make sure it's something that you're happy with doing. I know you
well, I like the arrangement. You know, I mean, listen, the arrangement didn't work for you before, right?
Yeah.
So we're changing the terms pretty drastically because it was nothing up front. Now it's okay. We're paying you up front. So the structure is completely different than it was originally. That's all.
But it's just because we know we can make results now for everybody. You know, we don't have, we've tested. Well, we've been doing it for 14 months. So we've tested and perfected, making money for medical spas and clinics, respectfully. And we just know now, look, if I'm being honest, 1,500 is actually running cheap for us too. You know, $2,000 realistically, I know for a fact we're going to make you $6,000 at bare minimum, and let's just say we make you 12,000, you just got double your money, double what you paid for basically. And I'm actually not afraid to say that it could be the case of happening. So, hopefully that's the case. And then we can really kind of get something down on paper for, moving forward for something a lot larger. And that's a good thing.
Right. And that's why I like the contract. I'm trying to think like what incentivizes you to do more or less. Like after a month, say you make the $6,000, you get paid. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to get paid this month, but I lay off anyway.
Realistically, it's all about ad spend. Let's just say you make 12,000. Let's just say 12,000 was made, and we know, oh shit, you guys are making money. We're about to say, hey, look, we're doubling up, not doubling up our prices, but we're gonna now, instead of running $750 a month on ad spend, we're gonna do $1,500. We're gonna do exactly what we did last month, but run twice as many, put twice as the amount of investment on ads. So you're getting more reach, you're getting more interest, you're generating more leads, and you're obviously booking in more people. And of course, then we'd obviously increase our retainer, but that only seems fair. If we make you like 20,000 in a month, you'd pay us $3,000 and you'll be happy to do that. you know.
So, yeah, so I'm trying to figure out your methodology. That's what I'm trying to come up with.
Yeah.
You know, that incentivizes everybody here, right?
Of course.
So, and that's what really I'm trying to think about, because, yeah, that makes more sense, you know.
Definitely. But yeah, it realistically, I think, we've had those kind of conversations with other places. You know, we're like, hey, look, things worked out. Let's double up. Like, let's really, go crazy with it. We have a place now, they were in debt and now they're not because they were working with us, and we want to do that for everyone. It really is a long-term thing that we want with other people. Like 6 months is still short-term for us. We want it to be like, okay, you guys agreed to work with us for a whole year because we can do that for you. Because we can actually make you that much money that you're happy. Okay, great. Let's get this going. But
So let me ask you this. So that person that's paying you're doing $5,000 a month in ad spend. How much are you charging them?
They're paying us $5,000 on $5,000. They're doing $100 a day on ads.
So they're doing 100 a day. So it's $3,000 a month, I guess, right?
Yeah, but it's located in Philadelphia, and it's crazy. The leads are like $3. So, and
it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the clientele is a little bit different. It's a different clientele. It requires a little bit more of an oomph to kind of get people booked in, but the people that do get booked in are like almost 100% being upsold because they do eye sculpting. I'm not too sure if you are familiar with that, but they do a type of package, and it's very appealing because it's like $800, and we get about like 30 people over the course. I think we got like 31, 32, 32 people booked in what is it, in July or in June? I think it was in August. I can't say for sure, but it was definitely a lot of people, and they all paid like $800. So she made a hefty amount of money, and that's
right.
That's just one person. Let me just see.
Okay, so this is an idea I have for the contract. Okay, if we're going to do $750 to you up front, $750 for ad spend.
Yep.
And the end of 30 days come and we have to pay you. I mean, I find it very difficult to pay you if you got less than 50% of that return. So anything less than $3,000.
That's not going to happen, but let's just say that happens. What do you got?
I would rather not pay you until you hit at least that mark.
At least $3,000, realistically.
Well, at least half of whatever we're agreeing to.
Let me be honest. I'll be frank. We've had 3 people in Houston. We've had 3 clients in Houston, and we over delivered for them guys. We made them about 12 to 15 grand for those 3 places,
which is great.
No. Hear me out. This is actually what happened. After that, we asked for the money for hey, look, you paid half up front. Do you want to pay for the second half? We have to actually ask multiple times, and they ran away, and there was nothing we could do about it. We could have taken them to the court, but it'll just cost way too much money. So realistically,
you could put that in the addendum that I'll pay you as soon as you hit the halfway mark.
The thing is, no. We want to work off trust, and the thing is, we knew that this, they didn't pay. And
listen, if the end of 30 days is the same thing. If he doesn't deliver or we're not happy, you just cut it off. What's the big thing?
Well, I mean, in the contract you can't really do that, but people
can't do it.
Oh, you can't do it because
people listen, this is what I'm trying to say. People did actually do it, and we didn't do anything about it because it's just a headache, and we want to focus on making other clinics money who want to make money. So you guys are in your jurisdiction to run away.
Yeah. So how long is the contract for?
Well, it's for a month. So I don't understand. I mean, that's really not a big deal to put that in. I mean, it's 50%.
I'm actually not even worried about that. If you guys actually people, that's how honest we want to be. You are in, like, we are not going to file anything. So if you guys, even if we deliver, that's the protection. Let's just say, see, it works both ways.
No, listen, Listen, I'm not out to scam you, dude.
The thing is, I know you won't. I've spoke to like hundreds of people. Like that's the thing. 3 people out of like the 100 people that I've spoke to did it, and you know, that's the risk I'm willing to take, because if it goes both ways, let's just say we make you like 15 grand and then you run away. That's less of a headache for us. We're like, okay, great, we made you a shit ton of money and you ran away. You guys, of course, are going to plunder if we're not helping you, because we just helped to make 15 grand. We know, though, we checked out those clinics after 30 days and they were stupid enough to give us still access to their accounts. I don't think they profited even a quarter of what we brought them in that same month. So, I'm not phased at all by getting scammed, because it works both ways. Realistically, it's not actually a problem at all, because it's all about trust and it's all about understanding that we're
I understand. You just asked me my concerns. I
appreciate that, but it really is a case that you can run away and we wouldn't do anything about it, which of course won't happen if we're making you money, because obviously you guys want to make money compared to other people. But I actually sent that. Hopefully, I sent that document to that Boca email. If you want to check it on your computer, maybe you can have a little bit of a read of it now. And then I'll send that invoice so you can see that too. And hopefully we can kind of get things going, because Austin is actually on call. Actually, not on this call, but he's on call today. And well, I'm not too sure about your time frames, but today and tomorrow to kind of get through everything in terms of re-onboarding. Looks like everything's kind of done on our end. But just to kind of show you the ads, because the phone number does actually take 2 weeks to register, but it's already registered because we did it before. So we can actually, we could probably have the ads running before the end of Wednesday, realistically, and start getting ads running and leads coming through the door. Did you receive that? You should have gotten it.
Yeah.
Just to answer that question too, to reassure you, people do fill in their information and then we call them immediately. Like we call them 2 or 3 minutes, or we text them 2 or 3 minutes after. Well, they get texted 5 seconds after, and they go, "Oh, I don't remember that. I'm not interested. Take me." Like you get those kind of people too. Again, that's all right. That's the good with the bad.
I got it. No, I know. I understand. I know how these leads go. That's why I was thinking maybe these leads should be a little bit more cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have 100 people say not interested and then 20 people say interested, rather than 10 people not interested and 1 person interested.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? Can we talk and we'll call you back by the end of the night?
Yeah. Anything in particular you guys want to question about? Because if we don't move forward, I can't hold that offer.
I'll call you tonight. I'll text you.
We'll definitely.
We'll text you and we say signed, or text you and we say not signed.
Is there anything before I go that you guys need some more information or reassurance about? Is there, like, I threw everything I could?
I think it's all
it's pretty clear.
Okay, so we'll probably have an agreement.
I will text you by the end of the night. What time is it there right now?
Don't worry about me. I'll be still awake. I actually am jet lagged. I was in New York.
So to
actually,
this question, I know this is not a hard sell coming from another sales guy. So you said that you got somebody, like in the area here,
Yes.
Is that you got someone in Boca that you want to put on this?
We wouldn't even be able. This is the thing. We actually had interest for a place in LA that is right next door in Burbank, right next door to our client that we're just killing it for. Why would we work with them and run the exact same ad for that person and they get 50-50 results with both of them, rather than 100% results with someone?
From a geographic location, what's the minimum? Like if you're 10 miles away, that you run ads?
25 miles. 25 miles.
25 miles.
Because you got to take into consideration, we do about 10 to 12 miles on a radius, and then another 10 to 12 miles on it. So we don't want those touching at all, those circles touching. But of course, if it's like a little bit more rural, like Arizona, or where's like pretty like rural, we'd expand that, of course. Like there's like a lot of Midlands, we'd maybe say 50 miles, because people will make that trip because there's none in the area.
And the question was, which I thought I knew, but I'm going to ask you because I think you should know, who's my targeted audience?
Well, it's going to be 25 to 65 women. Depends on what type of package. Laser, a little bit younger. any type of body contouring, you know, it's going to be post-op or, you know, women who've given birth, really. And that's going to be like your ideal clientele. But I mean, who's coming in under 25? No one really. And who's coming in after 65? Not really many.
And do you do targeting, zip code targeting? How do you look at this?
We do a radius of your area over the course of 12.5 miles. We're going into the plastic and invasive kind of side of things eventually. And, you know, Google ads are a little bit more, you know, streamlined for those places because you're typically, you know, let's just say a mastectomy, boob job, you know, people are going to Google search that rather than search on Facebook or, you know, so we, you know, I am equipped to do it, but, you know, let's just, you know, if we're making you 25 grand a month eventually with Facebook and Instagram ads, that's, you know, why would we change?
No, I agree. I think they cost a lot of money, and I don't know what the ROI is on Google ads.
Okay, Tariq, we'll talk to you tonight.
Let's have a discussion. If it's in the next hour, feel free to call me then. If it's in 5 hours, drop me a text.
Okay,
thank you.
No problem.
All right, ciao.
Yeah, guys, pleasure speaking with you guys. Happy to move forward. Bye-bye.